Hello and welcome to Down to Earth. Our question this day is from a viewer, and it is how to add coffee grounds to the soil and if you should do it. Will this acidify your soil too much? Well, our soil is alkaline here, slightly alkaline, and so you can add coffee grounds to your soil. Native plants can tolerate this extra acidity because it's not much, but don't overdo it. So don't add your coffee grounds every day to your normal garden beds with native plants in them. Most plants do prefer a slightly acidic soil, but if you have any southeastern plants that are not native to our area, they really do benefit from a little extra acidity. Plants such as hydrangea, azalea, and magnolias. What you need to do is put your coffee grounds on the soil and scratch them in a little bit with a hand spade. You don't have to bury them or dig them into the soil if you have established plants. If you've noticed symptoms on acid-loving plants you notice that they are indicating that they're lacking in iron or other acid fertilizer nutrients, you need to go ahead and add an acid fertilizer for acid-loving plants, and then you can start with your coffee grounds. Our plant this week is Coreopsis lanceolata. This is the lance leaf tick seed that's very common in our area. There are many species and cultivars of tick seed to love, all different colors, heights, and leaf shapes. Lanceolata has bright yellow leaves with distinctive darker yellow centers. As I said, it's native to central Texas and it's a very common wildflower for us. It does great in borders and beds and looks great with other relatives from the sunflower family. The flowers are on raised, long stems above the basal leaves, and each plant forms a small clump. It loves full sun, but it will tolerate partial shade. Prefers soil that is very low in organic matter, so don't add organic matter to your soil for this plant. And so it's a great choice for those of us that live in areas that have poor and rocky soils, and often there are not many plants for you to choose from. It's very widely available, easy to plant, and you can plant it from spring through summer. It's a perennial, and although it's very short, the flowers add about another 12 inches or so to the height. It is also very compact, usually less than a foot wide. It has very low water use needs, but it is fine with companions in the garden that are medium water use plants. It isn't very drought tolerant, which means that you do need to water it regularly when we get very warm. To do in your garden this month, begin to watch for spider mites. They are very active during the heat, and we are getting much warmer, and so you do need to watch for these active insects. If you see them, remove heavily infested plants, but try to wash them off with a forceful jet of water on plants that they're not so infested. You will notice some spider webbing on some of these plants that are infested, but also you will notice stippling on the leaves. These are very challenging to control, but use pesticides only if there's an extreme infestation. Your deciduous trees should be completely lived out by now, so if you see any leafless branches, they're likely dead. So prune those out, except for our oak trees, so we do need to be careful of oak wilt this time of year. So wait until July and August, or preferably November through January. So hopefully you don't need to do much pruning on those. We'd love to hear from you. Visit klru.org/ctg to send us your question or plant of the week from your garden.